Welcome back to D7R TV. Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day, but we don't suffer no fools here. And today's no joke, we're going to be pulling the engine out of the Clio. Now, this engine is dead, as you've seen in the past videos, so we're going to be taking the gearbox, the drive shafts, the looms, etc. out of this donor Clio here, which is aka the YouTube Clio, and it's going to go in our Kangoo van. Why is this car the candidate? Well, we was going to restore it. We've been waiting for paperwork off the person who found it abandoned, and it was given to him, also a YouTuber, and we still not received any paperwork. It's not the cleanest of Clios. It's got a number of dents in the roof. The interior is not too bad. It's just tatty and it's a bit worn, but there's no paperwork, so it's not going to hold any significant value. If I had loads of paperwork, it is quite low mileage, but the engine's dead, so that's nullified. We're going to be using an engine that we've got in stock, and we're going to be fitting everything into a Kangoo van because we have got paperwork for that. The Kangoo van was very cheap and an opportunity not to pass up. And as Gran Turismo 7 has just come out and now features a Mark 1 or Phase 1 Kangoo van, I think it's going to be a pretty cool little project for you. And we're going to show you how. I'm not going to go too in-depth into how we take the engine out, because if you go down my videos, you'll find an in-depth video of how to take an engine out. So this is sort of going to be visuals of taking this apart. And we're going to pillage as much as we can off this car. And what we haven't showed you in the past, we will be showing you in our upcoming videos in this little series. Winning. Now, I've not built a Kangoo van before, but I've done a little bit of research, nothing too in-depth. And I will be sharing my little journey with you. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not shy about leaving them in there for you to see. I'm not going to try and cover it up. I'm not perfect, and nobody is. So we're going to start by taking the front end off, taking the drive shafts out, unplumbing all the loom, all the coolant lines, etc., and getting this engine ready to pull. So let's get to it. So to pull an engine out of one of these, you don't really need any specific tools for one of these cars. You're going to come up against 10 mils, 13 mils, 14 mils, 16 mils. Did I say 10? 8 mils, and I think the ball joints are either 17 or 19. They're a funny car. They can come with whatever, and I don't know who's messed with this car before, so I'm trying to think of stock sizes, and hub nuts are 30 mil. So let's get amongst it, eh? And extract this here shagged engine.
Did it again, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10. Did it again, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 2 doors in my coupe. I look better under you, girl, I love you, you my truth. The OJ with that juice, got that magic 32. Tell me what you tryna do. Look, I'm hotter than 10. Check out my phone and you calling again. Pull up outside and you all in the bend. Keeping it up, I don't need the extends. Running it back and again and again. It is so good, got you telling your friends. You late for work, stuck in traffic again. Do not disturb, now we off of the grid. Who does it better?
Nobody. So, I'm going to give you a little word of warning. The first thing you're likely to cut yourself on is there's 2 13mm bolts that hold the front slam panel on, and I call them the knuckle nickers. They will literally fillet your skin clean off your knuckles. I've done this a few times. They're usually seized, and you need to undo them to get this slam panel out. You just relieve the 2 10mm which hold the little rubber brackets in place. You don't have to take them off because you usually lose them if you're doing an engine swapping one of these or whatever. And you got 2 13mm there now, and 2 13mm on the right side and 2 13mm on the left side, and just be very, very careful, because they take no prisoners, and they will take skin, and they will take knuckles, and they are gnarly. So there you go. Also, headlights, you've got a 10mm here, a 10mm there, a 10mm there on both sides. Then you need a little picky tool, which is going to get up behind here just to relieve the clip. And that other plug is just a little pull tab. So there you go, nothing too strenuous. ECU bracket, there's two on the battery tray. There's one on the side of the battery tray where the loom bolts to, and there's a 10mm here, which bolts to this frame here. And then, hey presto, you can get your ECU out, winning. Right, so we're gonna pull the slam panel off, and you don't have to remove the bonnet to get an engine out of one of these. You've got your normal stay here, but it does go another level. I'm going to pull this bonnet off. So you pull this little badger off here for your screen washer. Try not to break it, they can be fiddly. Come on, you rat bag. It's coming. Come on, Jesus Christ. Like so. I'm going to take this off, I'm going to get it out of the way, so I don't want to batter this bonnet because it is in pretty good shape. So you've got two 10mm there. Don't gun them, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to snap. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you're building a Kangoo van, which is pretty much why you're here, you're going to want to recoup some of the money back from the parts you don't need, like i.e. a front bumper. A good condition front bumper for a Clio RS is around 100 quid, as I've mentioned in another video. Headlights, good condition ones, 80 to 150 quid. Bonnets, 30 to 60 quid. So you don't want to be damaging this stuff, because that's a significant amount. I mean, a front bumper and headlights recuperates the whole cost of my whole van. So the cheaper you get your van, this car will more than make up, or your car will more than make up the value that you put into your van, should I say. That doesn't make no sense, I'm chatting shit. So yeah, you'll get a significant amount of money back towards your van, so it'll make your build cheaper. That's what I'm trying to say. Catch me a bit further along. Most of the loom's undone. If you need an in-depth guide, as I said before, it's in one of my videos. It'll say an in-depth guide how to remove an engine on one of these, because we've done it before. But now we're ready to drain the coolant and the fluids. So we're going to get the car up in the air, undo the pipe clips, and get the coolant, oils, etc. out. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? Caught nothing. Right, now your radiator's out the way, you got to remove the power steering pipes. So we're going to go off here where the power steering switch is, and it's a 17mm. And we're just going to undo that and move this line out the way. Should get some drippity drip. And then you've got a 17mm bolt at the bottom, and a bracket in the gearbox, which is easy enough to take off. But you can't get to all this when everything's in the way, because you need to pull the power steering clean out the way when you're removing the engine. Then you've got another one here, which is a squeezable clip, which goes on the pump. It's a bit of a faff to get to, but if it wants to play ball, it will. Doesn't seem too bad or too tight. Right, that's off. So you need to pull the pipe off. Try not to damage it, because you never know if you're going to need it again. And they always get stuck and does my head in. Plus you've got this alternator bar that's in the way. On the other engine we're using a cup setup, so we haven't got none of this. But yeah, we'll pull this pipe off, and then we've only got like 2 more plugs really to undo, which is the starter motor at the back. But you have to remove the the exhaust manifold to get that out. A bit further ahead, as I said, I'm not going to bore you with a full in-depth video. We've got track rod ends off, the hub nuts are off, so now the drive shafts are loose. The drive shafts are literally knackered in this, so they're probably scrap. I'm not going to rebuild them or anything, I've got plenty in stock. Undone the shifter, that's all done. Ball joints are off, so that's all loose. So now we're going to get around to draining the gearbox oil, and then we can drop the drive shafts out and not make a big mess on the floor. Then it's pretty much engine mounts, etc., and stability mounts, and we should be ready, near enough, to pull. Oh, and undoing starter motor plugs and an earth at the back. So not too much.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why
It's not a bad colour, and it's not full of metal bits by the look of it, so can't be bad.
Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. In between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this.
Everything's undone, and now we're ready to pull the engine. When you see me with my arse in the air, that was to undo the manifold at the back and undo the starter motor loom. So, ready to pull the engine out, as I said. Then we need to split the gearbox from this engine, because this engine's going to scrap, and this gearbox is going on our engine that we've got in the other unit. Winning.
I got
This is the dead engine and it's removed. As you could have seen in a little video, it caught on everything and its dog while it was in the engine bay. Exhaust manifold, power steering lines and engine loom. The engine bays are quite small. This is quite a big engine for the bay, but they do come out rather simple half the time, but sometimes you do get some snags. So what we got to do now is take the gearbox off, pull the other engine out of storage and marry them both up. I know the clutch in that one is pretty much brand new, but when I sold the gearbox off it, I also left the bearing, the thrust bearing in the gearbox like a dummy. But I ordered another one and it's here. So we'll show you how that's done. Right, so before we remove the box, I sprayed it with some TFR, which is traffic film remover, to clean some of the shit off it. And now we're gonna get some brake cleaner on the go and try and degrease it and get all the residual oil and stuff over. It's come up all right with the TFR, but it could be a little better. So the brake cleaner is going on, and it's going to get the airline and then give it a blast over with that. So you just leave it on for a couple of minutes. Once it's sprayed on, let it saturate in. This is already a replacement gearbox because the telltale sign is wherever they bought the gearbox from, they've written on the top J5 172 2 litre 16 valve in yellow paint pen. So yeah, I'm guessing it's had another box at some point, which is no surprise really, because these gearboxes are notoriously made of chocolate, and hence why I opted not to do an F4R turbo conversion in Christine, my Clio, and decided to go down a 20 valve route because the gearboxes in them are literally nuke proof. So there you have it. Spray the brake cleaner on and should be jobs are gunning. Try not to get this shit in your eyes because it's a bit of a stinger, to say the least. Like so. Right, so to take an F4R gearbox off, or a JC5 gearbox should we say, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 mils across the top, and underneath you have 3 16 mils, and 3 of those are the bracket which holds the dog bone mounting, so you can't really go wrong. Obviously, but it's not obvious to you, but obviously I'm looking at it now, that there's 1, 2, 3 bolts missing out of this one. It's no biggie really, I can replace them and put them in when we put it onto our other engine, but it's just something to address. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 14s across the top, and 4 16s across the bottom. So what you want to do is suspend it. So on your engine stand, or your crane should I say, undo the bottom 16s, then drop it down, then undo the 8 or 9 14s. It's the easiest way. So the 16s underneath are undone, and I was wrong about these, they are actually 13s. So we're going to undo these now. Sometimes they can be tight, sometimes they can come out just as easy as that and that. Someone's bollocked that one up pretty damn tight. That one's undone now. There's one down here which has got a captive thread. That one's already bollocked up as well. Nice. Jeez, that was tight. And when you're doing the loom on these cars, I don't know whether you can see it from there, a lot of people have everything wired up, then get stuck when the car don't fire. And this is your culprit. There's an earth. I'm forever going on the forums or the pages, etc., and helping people out, and it's usually 9 times out of 10 this earth which goes to this gearbox. It's hard to explain when it's in the car, but now it's out. This little badger here holds the comms earth to your ECU, so it's massively important. So don't forget to undo to do this up. Simple as that. Now we're going to take the starter off, like so, and hopefully she's loose. Prop the engine up a little bit, help her along the way. Stuck on something. There we go. And she's off. Winning. Right, so now this gearbox has just had a little bit of a clean inside. It's ready to receive the thrust bearing, and we have a brand new LUK one here. So it's as simple as that. Pull the other one off, sit it on there, and then we're going to run a little bit of copper grease on there, and now the gearbox is ready to receive the engine. Right, this is our replacement engine, and it's the original engine out of Christine. So we've kept this in stock for a rainy day. Many people have tried to buy it, but I knew that it was going to come in useful for something. So we need to try and line the gearbox up, which is ready now, to the clutch. And if some of the OGs amongst you have watched me building the Sierra, you'll know that I have a great time trying to mount gearboxes. They go in really nice and smooth. I'm not gonna lie, I hate doing this more than I hate circlips, and some of you will probably know how much I hate circlips. So we're just gonna just get on with it and try and rattle it into position. And this tends to kick shit out of you. So in theory, that should be sort of lined up now. But, oh, it might actually be going in. And it is going in. Winning. So, yeah, that weren't a bad one. Literally slip straight in. So I'm going to whack the bolts back in, and then this engine is pretty much ready to go.
I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. And if I find a way to get it, when I do it, I can live it and forget it. 'Cause how much I love you or I hate how you just put me in my feelings. I just wish you understood the gravity, but you got low sinners. I guess it's better just to live it and forget it than to live it and remember. I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. Yeah, now I'm so lost.
So this is our engine ready to go in now, and we've spruced the gearbox up, we degreased it all, we put brake cleaner on it and stuff, and we sprayed it with some zinc galv weld through primer. It gives it a nice shiny silver look. All the little accents and stuff we painted in black zinc primer, also the block and the cup alternator bracket and stuff, just to tidy it up a little bit. Not too fussed about these can always come off at a later date and get powder coated or whatever, but as you can see, when you open the engine bay of the van, when it's finally done, it's going to look semi-presentable. Winning. So this car, as you may recall, is Matilda, or what's left of her, and this car's got quite a lot of goodies still left on it. I will be breaking this car. I need to sever my ties with this shell because, as I've mentioned before, it's cursed. Me and this car are a bad combination. This car brings me bad luck, and one day my luck will run out and I probably won't be able to make these wonderful little videos for you guys. Anyway, this car's got K-Tech coilovers, it's got uprated brakes, it's got Brembo discs, it's got stud and nut PMS, stud and nut conversion, all that jazz. But main thing is, it's been completely stripped out, and I need all the looms. Every single wire of this car needs to go in that van. I didn't think this would be so in-depth to do. I thought it'd be straightforward, bang the engine in, probably a dash loom, bits and bobs. No. I rang up a friend of mine, the Clio man, and he is almost the godfather of making Renault Sport Kangoo vans. So Gary Spooner, big thanks to you, buddy. I had a good in-depth conversation with him, and he told me step by step what I need to do to make the van a thing, and it far outweighed what I was expecting. I.e., I need every loom. I need to pull the dash out. I thought I could stick the Clio dash in. He says no, because all the heat events won't line up. Also, the actual chassis loom, the interior loom, there is a section on the bulkhead which needs to be cut out and welded so it doesn't leak in the future. I need to wire in the lights, I need to wire in the heaters, the washers, pretty much everything. And it's not going to take a weekend or a little bit longer as I thought. So who was I to know, or how was I to know? So this car is already partly stripped, as I say, and this will be my donor over the Silver Clio. The Silver Clio is going to serve a purpose. I want some interior trims for Christine, so I need carpets and I want interior plastics and stuff. The interior is pretty good in that one, so all the bits I need to make mine a better club sport representation of itself will go in Christine. This one stripped out. I'm going to use the seats out of the Silver Clio in that, but pretty much that's about it. There's not really many goodies left on that. I also need to figure out the fuel pump situation. I have to use the Kangoo fuel tank and a 1.6 fuel sender apparently, so I have got correct fuel level and stuff. So it's a lot to ponder, and there's quite a lot in this video, but this is just the beginning. Me sorting the engine out is just the start. That is the easiest part of the van, is the engine conversion. The rest is a monumental task, and one that I far did not expect. So I hope you stay tuned. I hope you enjoy what you've seen so far. There is some insight into what you need to do, or value to you, that I've showed you how to change a gearbox and strip the engine down and stuff. But this is just pretty much part one of the journey other than the introduction. So please stay tuned. Please give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that goodness, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.